Hello and welcome. This is the Asylum, and today we're going to talk about the Symble and the trap. And by the trap, I refer to the hard mode trap, wherein you are put in a situation where you know most of the word, but there are a whole ton of possibilities it could be. And if you're in hard mode, you can only guess what they pop, one after the other. Um, or, the situation, if you're not playing hard mode, where you can, fortunately, if you're not playing, you hopefully aren't playing hard mode when you run into the trap. The trap is best exemplified by the atch symptom, which can be hatch, patch, batch, latch, catch, and so watch, and so on. So we're going to look at those, and I'm going to show you a technique that Ranks pioneered, and I have experimented with a great deal, and I think I found an extension of it that's even better. And so I'm going to show you how to use your techniques for dealing with the trap in normal Wordle and how to use them in the Symble. So let's start with what the basic technique is. To do that, we'll play this game. We'll go with hot. And we have the clues make me think we're in the atch situation. We think that that yellow is green and blue is yellow, and we think we're in the atch situation. So let's try one of them just out of the blue, and we'll try latch. Well, that turned all those yellows, so that confirms we're in the atch situation. Now, the basic technique says that we can test two letters and actually get completely positive information if we test two letters that are possible. So if we test something like, and when we test, the key here is when we test, one of those two letters needs to be in position. If both of the letters are out of position, we won't know which one is which. And so it is required for us to use one in position. And since catch is a possible answer at the moment, we need to start, and since C is also in the word, we have to start with C to get positive information about a C. So let's try cabal. Cabal will test the C and the B as well. And so we'll try cabal. And when we tried cabal, we see we got an in place for the C. So that told us we're catch. Right away, that told us we are catch. So that is the basics of the technique. We pick two letters and then place one in place and make a guess based on that. Now, for dealing with a trap in general, most people, when they see that they're in the atch situation, will pull out a word that will test as many letters as possible. Now, in the Symble, that often won't, we don't get as much information as we would in normal, because we don't always know what's hitting. But my experimentation has found ways to get a great deal of information, even in those using that type of techniques. So let's start again, and let's just go ahead and assume catch, and that we're in the atch situation. Now, we have batch, latch, match, patch, watch, hatch, natch, and ratch left. In this situation, almost everyone's favorite word to go to test this is blimp. So we're going to try blimp. And testing blimp did something great for us. It gave us a green. Now what that green told us is that, first of all, the B, it's not batch. The B is wrong. Furthermore, it told us it's either latch, match, or patch. Because one of L, M, and P is yellow. We don't know which. So at this point, we now apply the basic technique of picking two of the letters, trying one in place, and seeing what we get as a result. So let's try moles. Try the M in place and an L. And we got no results. Therefore, we have determined which of these it is. It's absolutely patch because we have no other option for that yellow clue in guess 2. So that's the basics of the advanced technique. Let's take another look at it. We're going to take 2 more looks at it, actually. So we'll try catch again. And again, we think we're in the add situation, so we're going to try our blimp that we like. And we find out that blimp is all gray. So that leaves hatch, watch, natch, and ratch left. So then what we can do is apply the general technique again, where we guess a bunch of letters and see if we get a hit. So we can guess honor as a guess. Guessing honor gave us a hit. This is the wrong symbol. Ooh. Okay, so we got a hit. We know this isn't hatch. We know that it is either natch or ratch. We don't know which it is because either N or R is yellow. We don't know which it is. So now we apply the technique again of 2 letters, 1 in place. So we'll guess never. That tests the N in position and the R. Oh, I got myself confused. Okay, so we just confirmed something that was important, and that was sometimes the symbol can confuse us. When we guessed hatch, we got a yellow clue, but that's because the H is at the end of the word. That's what that yellow clue is. So we knew that there wasn't an H, we knew there wasn't an N, and we knew there wasn't an R. That yellow clue needed to be at the beginning. I'm sorry, I've got it tired. So that was a mistake guess of guessing never. What we really should have guessed is the only option left. Because when we guessed blimp and we guessed honor, that left us with watch as the only possible solution because W was the only one left. And by getting no hits in honor, no actual hits in honor, we proved that it's watch. Now we're going to see one more possibility. We're going to try to start with catch. And then we'll do blimp again. And we see that there's nothing in blimp. And so we again think that we have watch, hatch, natch, and ratch. So we try honor. And this time we got 2 yellow clues. This is what I was expecting to see on the last one. I got confused. I apologize for that. This is what I was expecting to see. We got 2 yellow clues. So first of all, we know it's not hatch because the H isn't green. And so we know it's the N or the R at the start. Now we guess a word like never, which places one of the letters in place, the N, and then has the other possibility. And when we guess never, we get 1 letter out of place, which guarantees that we are ratch. So as you can see, we can still generally apply the guess a bunch of letters to see what's possible technique. However, we always need to follow it. We almost always need to follow it up with a second guess that clarifies the information we get because we only get partial information. But as we can see, it's extremely helpful and can be incredibly effective. Now, the unfortunate part is there is still a hole, a trap hole that can be fallen in and that is very difficult to get out of. And this trap that I'm talking about is, of course, the 2-hole trap, where you have 2 possibilities, or 2 letters that you don't know. And the quintessential example of this is the blank O blank ER. option. Poser, Joker, Loner, there's a billion of them. Unfortunately, the best way to hit on those that I have found is to play hard mode, is to do this. Is to just guess combinations until you hit something. Once you hit something, you'll be then your solution space is simplified to the one hole trap, and we can apply the one hole trap technique. As we can see, this is exactly what I did here. We had waiver, which put us in the, and I guessed that we were in the AER trap, so I'd guessed later. This is an actual game I played, by the way. We guessed later, and then I was in the trap, so I felt I had no choice but to try to guess as many possible choices that hit as many letters as possible until I can limit my solution space. Unfortunately for me, it took till guess 6 before I hit anything, where I hit the P. But when I hit the P, I knew we were either payer or we were paper. Those were the only ones left that I could see. And so then I came up with a word that tested the P in position, because since the word has a P, remember, if you're testing a letter that exists in the word, you have to test it in position. So I had to test that P in position 3 and then test a Y. And so I tested puppy and was fortunate enough that to get a yellow clue. And the yellow clue told me that it was payer, and I got it. But unfortunately, I have yet to find a better technique than shotgun approach of try the options until you hit a partial for the 2-hole trap. I repeatedly tried to use 4-letter guesses, but there's so much uncertainty when you hit that you don't know, you don't have any information, and you might as well just be making guesses, getting solid information about 2 letters. Because when you guess 2 letters, you have guaranteed information. You know for sure that they're in the word and their positions when you guess the 2. So that is how you deal with the 2-hole trap, and that is how you deal with the trap in the Symble in general. To recap, you want to the key to the technique is finding a situation where you can get it down to 2 options, hopefully, and test one of the options in position and the other option in another position. Thank you again to Ranks for discovering this technique, and I really appreciate it. It really has helped my game, and thank you all for watching this, and hopefully you learned something about the trap today. We will see you later.